in was it the spiritual warfare video part 3, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. I talked about like one of them. I talked about like the 4 horsemen. I think that was in like part 3, part 4, and then part 1 I talked about the 7 years, and that was like 7 years ago, right? And I talked about this with people back then as well, but it feels like each seal you could either say, like timeline wise, there's what happens each year for the 7 years, but then each 7 years, and it just seems kind of like on theme that the first 7 years had to do a lot with disease, and the second one with war, and so on and so forth. And I kind of wanted to go live, but I need, as of right now, 50 subscribers. I just have like, on the old channel, like, I don't know, like thousands, but I need like 50 subs to go live, so I would probably just say once subscribe, second go live, talk about stuff. What I just mentioned, and talk longer on there, and it's a little bit better, so you don't have to have the video saved on like a device. It takes a lot of storage and everything, right? But yeah, with each seal, like, it doesn't say like when exactly each one will happen and everything, so it's just kind of what I'm noticing. So it's nothing really to like go by, but like I was mentioning, 2019, that was 2012 on the Ethiopian calendar, and then it's been 7 years, so in September, on September 11th, it'll be 7 years since I posted that, so it kind of seems on theme, like I said, with the war stuff. And then whatever the other two are, like famine and death, or death and famine, whichever order. And yeah, that could be looked at like a lot of different ways. But I talked about this stuff on the other channel, or before on the other channel, so I'm not really go into it right now. But, yeah, so if you look at it like the 7th seal might not even be 7 years, just silence. It could just be like a day, it could be like a year, it could be from then on. But silence can mean like a lot of different stuff. I'm not really going to go into it. That gets you like, what, 42 years? And I think 42 years from 2019, that's what, till 2061. So, but 7 years already happened, so I'm not saying something that, like, you gotta be, or you're gonna be, like, a part of. It just seems like something that, that, like, a lot, how should I put it, that I'd say the world is just like following suit from 7 years, and there was like a lot of different viruses. It wasn't even just one, and then that kind of just being there, and then now that being like the second most important thing, not like the most important thing anymore, and then going to war, and then after that 7 years, that being like then becoming the second, or yeah, second most important thing, disease becoming the third most important thing. So it could be something like that. And yeah, it doesn't have to be exactly 7 years, and it doesn't have to be 42 years. It was just kind of looking at the 7 seals as having something to do with 2012, and specifically on the Ethiopian calendar,